the sparkle done. I've got a size 16 dry fly hook in the vise. I'm going to use a gray olive Benecki thread in 12/0. Start up near the eye, lay a thread base. Okay, to imitate a tail and emergence of a nymph coming out of its body into an adult, I'm going to go ahead and grab a single yarn width of cream Zelon and tie it on about a half a hook shank in length or so. Okay, there we go. Trim away full length of the body so that my profile stays even. And back to the 1/3 point on the hook shank. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is grab a couple CDC fibers and lay them together, tip with the tip, 2 of them, like so. See, there's the 2. I'm going to lay the stems and the tips matching so they look somewhat the same. Okay. I'll stroke the fibers forward. So I've got a nice little bunch, and I'm going to measure it 1 hook length, shank length, and tie it in there at the 1/3 point. I'll let it roll on you. A couple nice firm wraps, and trim away at a small angle off the back like so. Okay, next I'm going to grab a few fibers, some natural duck mallard. It's a nice little mottled fiber. I'm going to line up the tips and cut maybe a 1/2 inch worth of fibers off. And I'll pinch those together, making sure the tips stay somewhat in line. Doesn't have to be perfect. Seems like the buggier flies and the messed up flies work better than the perfect ones anyway. So, alright, once you get those rolled together and the tips evened up, I'm going to go ahead and lay those just so they're slightly longer than the CDC and tie those in on top. Another few securing wraps. Trim those away. Okay, I'm going to lift up the CDC and the wing material and post it by wrapping jamming turns right in front. There we go, standing it up nicely. Come back behind, make a nice tapered little ramp down from where you cut off your fibers. Okay, looking good. Little bits of CDC sticking out doesn't hurt the profile or the fly at all. In fact, it helps. So don't worry about that. I'm going to use a SLF pale watery or Batis colored. It's like a silvery olive yellow dubbing. And this will cover most of the hatches in my western waters. Our western waters, I should say, because they're all tend to be, most of them anyway, a yellow, olive, light brown style color. So just put on a little bit more to form the thorax and cover up my work here. Notice how it naturally tapers. Okay. Oops, a little bit on my hands. A few in front, a few behind. Put on just a bit more. enough to come down and make the eye. There we go. That should work. Might even put just a touch more, just to finish the body out, the whole length of the neck, I guess you'd call it. Right there. There we go. All right. Make a small little head, pulling back any fibers that are forward of the eye, and a whip finish. Trim away. Just do a little bit of cleanup if you need to. I am going to go ahead and spread these fibers out a little bit. This pattern sits nice and low in the surface film because, as you can see, there's no underneath hackle or anything. So it definitely gives the full impression to the fish when it's laying there. And you can just see a little bit of that mottled wing through the back of it. I don't know if the fish even notice it, but a lot of the patterns call for it, so I added it in there. And you can change all the colors up, mix it up however you'd like. But here's one that'll match most of the mayfly patterns here in Utah and a lot of the western waters that I've fished. Thank you for watching.